Well, hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. As you can see, we're back at the mountain. So it's a great day. You know it is. Even though it's warm, it's about 82 degrees, about 70% humidity, but we're at the mountain. So it's a great day. Just Dexter and I up here today to do some work, some midweek work. There's some more tasks that we have to get done. There's 3 specific ones I'm trying to get accomplished today. The first one, we got some rodent control we got to take care of. The second is we got some grass control we got to take care of. And the third, but certainly not the least important, is the water heater in the camper has gone out and we need to replace it. So thanks for coming, thanks for stopping by, thanks for checking us out. This probably isn't going to be our most exciting video because, you know, as you hear me talk about before, we got to do maintenance, and we'll just show you as we go along. So enough of me jabbering. Let's take care of the simple stuff first. I think we're going to try to take care of the rodent thing, and then we'll take care of the grass, and then we'll see how we're looking on time, and we'll get that water heater taken care of. So enough of me jabbering. Let's get to busy. After you get yourself something to drink. Okay, so a little backstory. As many of you know, we're not here at the camper all the time. We come up every few weeks and we do some work as we can. As you can see, the grass is kind of high, but what that does is that leaves opportunities for rodents like mice, field mice, because again, there's nothing here. It's us and the grass. So I came up, found mouse droppings. Okay, no big deal. I'll get some poison. I'll take care of it. The last time I came up here, however, when I opened this door, there was a big old snake sitting inside. So let's take a peek inside and see what kind of treasures we got for us today. Well, a good start so far. I do not see a snake. And nothing over there. No snake up there. All right, well, I do see a couple little drop-ins there, but it looks like he came to visit our little mouse house. So that's good. All right, so as you can see here, this is where I got the snake the last time, underneath the bed here. So this is the kitchen part, aka this is where we sleep. So let me take that stuff out from underneath and see what we have. All right, so peeling back the layers here, not really finding much of anything, which is a good sign. I would really like to find that if it has a nest in here, but let me peel back some more of these layers, these cushions, and let's see what we got. All right, so that's what I was looking for. So underneath the cushions, there you see right there, little guy's been busy. This is just some extra clothes that I have in here that are going to get removed because we don't need them. And I have no earthly idea where all the colors of that nest are coming from, but it needs to go. So let me get this out of here. Hopefully there's no snake in there. That explains why that snake was trying to go that way. He knew that nest was in there. So what is that? It looks like just some droppings there. So all right, well, let me get some gloves on because there's no telling what kind of diseases these little critters got, and I don't need any. So let me get some rubber gloves and then we'll pull this thing out of there. All right. Here's the nest. Nothing else. Something there. Oh gosh, that stinks. Well, yeah, that's definitely it. It stinks. That's going outside. Ooh. What about in here? What do we got in here? Alright. Tons of rat poop, but no rat. No rat. Alright. Well, we found it. That source is gone. I'll clean this out. We'll put some bait in there. We're going to come back to this in a little bit because that's where our hot water heater is. So let me just do some wipe down with this bleach mixture I got, and then we'll see what we're going to do next. All right, so yeah, as you can see, that's gotten real high. So I'm just going to try to knock this down with the lawnmower, and then we'll spin it back around and show you the other side as we move over that way. Cue the music. Alright, clearly not what the John Deere D105 lawn mower was designed to do. As you see though, had no problems at all. And I can't even tell you how many times better than the previous, because I was using a weed eater to knock all of this down, the whole thing. So, first time using the lawnmower, I love it. The only thing is I'm gonna have to come back. I'm gonna have to move. I know there's some spots where I have some big rocks. I caught one over there, I think. There's a couple more over here. I got to figure out where they are. So I'm just gonna keep cruising because this is nice. Way better than the weed eater. Well, there you go, friends. I mean, I think that looks 1,000 times better, maybe 1,000,000 times. I went down past the water tower a little too to clear that trail on that side. I mean, golly, what a difference this makes. And you might be asking yourself, well, why waste your time mowing that? What are you gonna do there? Nothing. It's just usable space. If I want to park the truck there, want to park Maggie there, we have some company up, they got somewhere to park. It's just usable space. So that's it. Airplane flying low over the mountain. And then I've had other people ask me, well, why don't you just pay somebody else to do all this work? And I'm sorry. Let me take off my glasses. I'm truly sorry if you don't understand the satisfaction that you can get from doing this kind of work, that I get anyhow. Maybe you don't. Maybe somebody doesn't get the satisfaction. But to me, anybody can go pay some schmuck to come and mow their grass, right? Got it. Josh, my son Josh, he owns his own company, lawn business. He would come and do it. I guarantee he'd come and do it. Why am I gonna ask him to do it? I can do it myself. Huge satisfaction from that. And to all those people out there that are doing it themselves, kudos to you for doing it yourselves. Because like I said, anybody can pay somebody to go do some stuff. But you got to figure some stuff out to get it done yourself. So, all right, enough of my soapbox. On to the next task, possibly. Let's see what time it is. It might be a today task or it might be a tomorrow task. It's only 10 minutes till 3. I think we can get that water heater taken apart today. Let's go take a look at it. Okay, so as you can see, this is underneath that bench in the front where we were chasing that mouse earlier. Not really chasing him, but pulling out that nest. And luckily for us, so here's our tank. Right, we got a 6-gallon tank, and here's our water out, and it's got a shut-off valve right here that we just twist that. And here's my water in, and that's got a shut-off valve as well, so I just turn that off. So first things first, right? I turn that off. Make sure we don't have any more water going into the tank, and then we're going to walk around to the front, make sure the propane is off, which I'm 99% sure it is because I didn't turn it on yet this trip. But we'll just double check that, and then we'll go around to the outside. We'll drain the tank, and then we'll start taking parts apart from there. So let's go do that. Well, it's a good thing that I checked because the gas was on. I left it on the last time we were here, I guess. So now it's off. So this just pops right off. This one's already kind of janked. Well, now it's not going to fall off. It normally just falls right off. There we go. All right, and now up under here is where the anode rod goes for these old ones. So I'm not going to move the camera to show you. You'll just get the picture. All right, so right there you see that's that anode rod. They don't give you much space to get in there. It's really about it. Just a socket is about the only way to do it. So let me dig through the truck and see what I got, because I didn't bring the 1 1/4 or whatever it is with me. So let's see what we can do. Anode rod works just like the one in your house. To heat your water. I just got to remember how I got this thing out of here last time. I want to say it was a socket. I think I had to use a socket. Release the pressure here. There we go. Some pressure's out now. Let me find a socket. Yeah, I think I'm going to be pissed off at myself right now. Yeah, I remember. This was a special 1 1/4 socket or something. Had some ridiculous size. Okay, so what next? Let's unhook the gas here. Then we're gonna get these screws out. And I mean, it's 6 gallons of water, so it's 50 pounds of water potentially in there. I think we'll be okay. We'll see. I could be wrong. All right, before we get too far pulling that, I'm gonna run back inside and I'm gonna unhook the water, the inlet and the outlet from the water, and then I'm gonna see what's going on with this propane tank connection too. All right, so as you can see, here we go. We can see some daylight through there. So right here is our hot water out. Let's disconnect that. Oh. You know what? I'm not going to be able to unhook the bottom. That's why I got to drain it. Wonder if I unhook this, if it's going to come out here too. I don't feel any dripping yet. Well, so much for that pressure. There's the pressure coming off. All right. Yep, it's dripping. So we're gonna have to figure out a solution to drain that. Get this back on there. Well, the good news is we got our gas line through. All right, let's go out here and figure out this other piece. So I've been fiddling with this for about 15 minutes now, and I can't get anything in there to get a hold of that, to let all that water out. So what we're gonna do, I gotta clean the inside anyhow, right? So I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna disconnect the top because that's the hot water. And kind of push it out as far as I can. Luckily this is PEX tubing inside of here, so it should give me some flex. Then I'm gonna undo that bottom and then push this thing out as fast as I can so we get minimum spillage on the inside. So fingers crossed, but you know, it's 30 minutes to town for me to go buy the piece that I need. It's an hour and a half back to the house. So neither one of those options are gonna work for me right now. I just need to get this out, be done with it. If I gotta clean up a little bit of water, so be it. So let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna put a towel down here to try to catch as much as I can. It'll be a good partial solution. So, like I said, let's unscrew this. Hot water coming off. Lift you up a little. Let's see how far that's willing to flex. That's about it, I think. Yep, you can still see kind of. But no. Well, why didn't I bring a wrench with me? Definitely not the preferred technique. No, don't go wires. Boomski. Like I said, not the preferred technique. A technique, however. Ooh, doggy. I love it when the plan comes together. There you go. Problem solved. Let that water dump out there. Oh yeah. The inside burner's shot. Actually, there's all kinds of rust. This is going to be a huge improvement. Huge. You see? Oh yeah, we got a nice little water leak there. That's all right. We'll seal that bad boy up. I'm going to drink and talk. I'm sorry. It's not the good stuff, but it's good for me right now. What do we get? I gotta look it up. We got the Fugatti, 42,000 BTU. This model, the FS06 Bravo 1, comes with the cover. I don't know why having a cover is such a big deal, but I went round and round with a couple different ones, and I was like, wow, why is this one so much more expensive? It was only like 19 bucks. I think it was 510 bucks on Amazon. So a little bit more than the tanked water heater, but this is, you know, just a tankless water heater just like you have in your house on demand. Supposedly it's going to fit right in that hole that we just kicked that other 6-gallon jobby out of, and it's just going to hook right up, and it has a little remote. So that's what we're going with. 42,000. Sounds Italian, but of course, you know, it's made in China. I looked at some of the other ones, and the price range were astronomical. And again, as much as we use this camper, I ain't looking to pay $2,000 for a tankless water heater when I only paid $2,000 for the camper to begin with. So let's get this bad boy open and see what we have in here. That's it. Propane hooks up here. Water inlet, water outlet. Put the cover on. Bob's your uncle. I like it. And here's the remote control that we can wire in to the back, to these wires, so that we can control it from inside the camper, wherever we decide to mount this. We'll see how long it is when we get to that. So let's go stuff this bad boy in that hole and see if she's gonna fit. Yep, that's what I thought. I've seen this on other videos. It won't fit in this way because this back piece of metal with these screws, it won't fit. So let's go around to the front, to the inside, and we're gonna push this bad boy out. So let's do that. Well, it looks like it wants to fit. There we go. Just had to hold your mouth just right. All right, let's go outside and see what we got. Well, she's snug as a bug in a rug, but not coming out yet. This warped wood is not helping us down here. On either side. Golly. And of course, as you would know, I'm on a roll here lately of buying things that don't come with instructions. So, of course, the only instructions this say is this is not for a DIYer. So, here we are. Let's see what we got. We got still too much space. So there's screws line up with this. The screws on this line up with the screws. I don't know if you can see those, but screws on the inside here line up with the screws on the inside here. So this bad boy's got to come forward probably an inch. So we set that to the side and see what we can do here. That's a whole bunch of wiggling. After several long minutes and lots of shimmying, I had to, these screws that I was using down here to help pull it out were actually getting caught on the inside, so I had to take some of that out. So next, we screw it in. And again, no instructions, so I don't know if I screw the cover to the box first, or this to the side of the camper. Now I'm gonna have to come back and I'm gonna have to caulk this. I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't bring any caulking with me, but that should be easy. It's 6, 9, 12, 15 screws. I'll take them out, re-caulk it. This is gonna be the challenge though right here, because these screws don't exactly line up. So I might have more tinkering to do. So after some finagling, I think I got it figured out. We're gonna do the screws to the camper first. And I think that's gonna just pull everything else into place. Because when I put these screws in here, it goes into the side and keeps stuff from moving. So, all right, I think that's as far as we're coming forward. Let's see how that looks. If I can get all this back together again. Alright, you're there. You're there. Wow. Everybody's just about lined up with their respective screws, so That's crazy, crazy encouraging. So let's put these bad boys in. So literally after probably an hour of struggling with these screws, every time I tighten the screws in, it twisted a little, and this doesn't close perfectly straight. But I just came to the realization I'm gonna have to take these screws out anyhow when I come back to do the caulking. So I'm just gonna let line dogs be. I can still get it through the protective seal right here. If I just smush it over just a titch, maybe. There we go. And I can lock that in place. And it's okay. It's not great, it's not perfect. But like I said, I gotta come back anyhow, and I gotta take all these screws out, and I have to start all over from the beginning with that. So let's move to the inside. Let's get some water hooked up, and some electricity, and some propane, and see if we can't get some hot water out of this bad boy. That's tucked in there nice and tight. Let's pause here. Let me figure out this wiring real quick. Figure out what we got to do. All right, let's try this again. I do not have wire nuts, but I do have some electrical tape. So let's at least do this halfway decent, right? Okay. I mean, I got it. I'm pretty good at halfway doing some stuff, but this one I gotta try to get it close to right. Now, of course, a wire nut would be the preferred technique here, but like I said before, I don't have one. So we're adapting, overcoming, improvise. That's what you got to do sometimes. So don't judge. Now we're going to turn the water on. I'm going to borrow these. This goes to a safe alert carbon monoxide detector, which again will be hooked back up eventually, just not right now, because I need to borrow this connection right here. So I'm going to take that wire connector. We'll do red to this guy. I really should have brought a detector with me, but I didn't. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, I gotta go inside and switch it on. The magic on button. All right, let's see what happens. Keep your fingers crossed. There you go. Hot water, baby. Yes, sir, Bob. That's hot. There you go. We got hot water. So I didn't film all that because it took me literally an eternity. It's the next day. I worked on this last night. I drove to town, got me a little $30 voltmeter. Of course, I have 2 or 3 of them at the house, but now I got one here. And then it took me a hot minute to chase down these wires and figure out which ones are DC, because this runs off of DC, not AC. So I couldn't just splice it off of the 120 that comes from the breaker box. I had to find the DC, and then of course I just wasn't thinking. the DC that runs the water pump runs off a switch, so you got to hit a switch to turn the pump on to get the power to go. So I'm testing. I'm like, God, I'm not getting anything here. What's going on? Well, you got to flip the switch on to activate the pump to send the. Anyhow, figured it out. So now we got hot water. I also went around and sprayed everywhere I could find a little bitty hole. I went ahead and sprayed, even though some of them were super small. That should be taken care of. So hopefully no more mice, no more snakes. Now we got hot water. I will have to come back, like I said, and get some high heat silicone to put around that exterior. And then I need to bring some bigger nut washers because the one that I have, this one connected, there's four wires going into one little bitty nut connector, and that ain't gonna work. So or wire nut. So that ain't gonna work. So I gotta get a bigger one and bring that up here. And then last but not least, I gotta figure out where we're gonna mount this. So this is the controller that runs the whole show, and you can. It's real simple. It's on or it's off, and then you turn the power, the temperature up, or you turn the temperature down. It's really straightforward. I like it a lot. So hopefully Sean will be happy now that we got some hot water in the camper. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for me here. Day 2. I didn't plan on this taking 2 days. I knew though yesterday afternoon when I had to go back and get that I was spending the night, and Dexter did well. He didn't make too much noise in the middle of the night, so it was a good night. So as always, absolutely blessing for us to be able to do these kinds of projects, for us to be here at the mountain, to be here, have a camper, and do these things, and have hot water and air conditioning. That's just unbelievable. Blessed to have our health, blessed to have you along with us. So thank you for joining us. If you're still here, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon. Probably up here we'll shoot another video. And as always, be safe. We'll see you next time.